That I'm most excited to be with you. This is where we tell our own history, not 2 weeks about them thing, man. And today we have a very interesting story to share with you. But remember that today, several years ago, African people put themselves on a map of history. This is what is referred to as today in African history. Now, today in 1917, the U.S. Army executed 13 black soldiers who had been previously court-martialed and denied any right to appeal. Today in 1937, the second Ethiopian war that led to Italy leaving the League of Nations ensued. And today in 1946, the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, was established. Today in 1958, French Upper Volta and French Dahomey gained self-independence from France, becoming the Republic of Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso, and the Republic of Dahomey, now Benin, respectively. Now today in 2007, 2 car bombs exploded in Algiers in Algeria, one near the Supreme Constitutional Court and the other near the offices of the United Nations. And today in 2020, the Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency use authorization on the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. Now the first COVID-19 vaccine to be approved by the agency. It all happened today in 2020. No 2 ways about them, till them and me brother. History class, and my name is Certainly Black Rasta. I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you and I do love you. Now today in the African history class, we have something interesting that I want to share with you. And I see so many people right in the African history class. I need you all to be patient. You need to sit down. We are running out of time, so we'll take the register later in the day. Now today we're talking about one of our greatest musicians who came out of nothing and became something. Today we're talking about Theophilus Tego, a.k.a. Castro. Theophilus Tego. This is the person we're talking about today. Castro. He was born Theophilus Tego, and he was born on the first day of May in 1982. He was popularly called Castro. His name, Theophilus Tego, got lost. In some instances, he was also called Castro Under Fire or Castro the Destroyer. He was a hip life artist from Ghana, and at the same time, he intended to be a music producer. This is the photograph of the young Theophilus Tego, the young Castro. Now let us go into the nitty-gritties of the life of this artist. And it's going to last 6 minutes. Castro was born on the first day of May in 1982 in Takoradi, in the western region of Ghana. He was born to a beautiful trader by name Lydia Tego. In Takoradi, she was simply known as Auntie Dede. His father was an accountant by name Mr. Kofi Tego. And in Takoradi, he was simply called Uncle Kofi. My brother, my sister, he had his primary and junior high education at the All Saints Anglican Primary School in Takoradi. He started singing as early as the age of 10. And then, in 2003, that is exactly 20 years ago, he got in contact with JQ, a music producer, who by then was trending so much with the Ghana high life genre known as Jama. My brother, my sister, Jeff Quay, a.k.a. JQ, had interpolated Jama into modern day music, contemporary African high life. And boom, Castro had come from Takoradi, washing his clothes, washing his car, and also running errands for the music producer. Castro was so humble. He knew what he wanted, and he knew how to get it. He was around the studio serving JQ. JQ took a strong liking for him. So one day he asked him to come and record something on the Jama beat. Well, he listened to the beat, and then he started singing an already existing song, originally done by the great high life singer and sometimes reggae singer, my brother, my sister, the Sradinam man. Who is this man I am talking about? George Jarrah. George Jarrah originally did the song Sradinam, and this is the photograph of JQ. He was the one who first recorded Castro on that Jama beat. He gave a rendition of Sradinam, originally done by the man whose name you heard a few seconds ago. My brother, my sister, George Jarrah. When it was recorded, it was like a joke. But when the recording was done, everybody was dancing to it. JQ had put his expertise on it and given it all the shine that it needed. Oh God. They had to quickly contact the original composer and singer and performer of the song, George Jarrah. They sought permission, and many people said it was a good enough song, it should fly. But JQ still felt that they needed to feature an artist on it. And then a female artist was put on it, and boom, this is George Jarrah. Boom! It came out, and it was a huge hit. It was one of the biggest songs of the era. It was called Sradinam. Right after that, my brother, my sister, Castro also featured on Sikli Tele by Bookback. And that announced his readiness for action in the music scene. It was then Ghanaians accepted Castro, and from hit to hit, he serenaded Ghanaians with his music. His dream was to retire at an early age so that he would take up production, as he was inspired by JQ to do so. He saw how JQ took him from nothing and made him a somebody. And he felt that there were so many other people who were much talented, yet they did not have somebody to take them up just like JQ took him. He was a selfless guy. And it happened. He was planning to retire as a musician, but the hits kept coming. He was a classmate and a friend to Asamoah Gyan, the Ghana national football's team captain at the time. And this is Castro, and this is Asamoah Gyan in a flex. In fact, they played football together while they were in school, and they even sang together. So it was Castro who drew Asamoah Gyan into singing. They recorded a number of hit songs, including African Girls and the one that we heard earlier, Odopa, and even more. Oh, the songs made the run all over Europe because Asamoah Gyan was still actively playing football. And anytime he donned the jerseys to play abroad, he played some of the songs that he had recorded with Castro, just to tell the people that this is also a musician. Well, Asamoah Gyan and Castro were known to be very good friends. They had a good time together, traveling from one place to the other in Ghana, having fun during the holidays. On one such occasion, they had returned from Akosombo, where they had fun. And they were getting ready to go to Aqua Safari in Adan. But Castro told Asamoah Gyan, I will not be able to attend this one. In fact, a friend of mine died in Kumasi, and he was a very good friend of mine, I think that I cannot give them any excuse. I will have to go to Kumasi and be part of the funeral. As Samoja said, but you know we are going to miss you. But I do understand, you can go. So Castro decided to go. Now, on the 6th of July 2014, whilst Asamoah Gyan and his brother Bafo Gyan and some other people were on the way to Aqua Safari, having called for jet skis to be made ready and a bigger yacht, bigger than the Akosombo one, to be made ready. On the way, on the motorway, Castro called Asamoah Gyan and said, Asamoah, I've been able to give the people an excuse. I will go there later in the week. I have to come and join you so that we go to Aqua Safari together. Asamoah Gyan in an interview said when he heard that, he was so happy. So he parked at the filling station in Tema, waiting for Castro to join him. Whilst he was parked, people came around the car to look at him. He has to catch a glimpse of the superstar, the footballer and the musician. Castro joined them a few minutes later, and then, boom, they went all the way to Aqua Safari. Castro was with his girlfriend, Janet Bandu, when they left together. So many ladies were also aboard. They were there to have fun. They arrived at Aqua Safari. Castro, who was a master swimmer, did not have a problem swimming any water at all. When they got there, he picked Janet Bandu on a jet ski, and boof, they left. Boof, they left and never returned. That was on the 6th of July, 2014. My brother, my sister, Asamoah Gyan could not believe it. They went to a soothsayer to find out what happened. But whatever it was, Castro's body was never ever found from the 6th of July 2014. But by the laws of Ghana, according to Section 33 of Ghana's Evidence Act, if a person has not been heard from for 7 years, despite diligent effort to find the person, he would have to be declared dead. Castro and Janet Bandu were presumably proclaimed dead by the act that they were officially dead by law. My brother, my sister, Castro's family still does not accept that he is dead. Neither does Janet Bandu. His family also agree to that. And this is a photograph of Castro and Janet Bandu. Today we remember this young man. He came from Takoradi with nothing. He became somebody right here in Accra. Very humble in spirit and so loved by the Ghanaian populace. He died, my brother, my sister, presumably. My brother, my sister, on that fateful day in July 2004. In fact, he had won so many awards in this country. In the year 2006, he won the Hip Life Artist of the Year, as well as the Hip Life Album of the Year awardist with his song Toffee. This award won him so much recognition in and outside Ghana. He traveled to so many countries outside the country to perform. And in the year 2011, he won the Best Hip Life Song of the Year, which featured Asamoah Gyan with the song African Girls. Today we remember the man, Theophilus Tego. Today we remember you, my brother. My brother, Mr. Yakai, Mr. Yafo. My brother, ebe 32 pe, and I quay. Yayo then, Mr. Yafo, papa. My brother, Mr. Yafo, papa. Ya sundama, nusu, enisu. P-Day. Mr. Yafo, papa. And Tiawampa. Another way I grew. I am there, I grew. Uncle Tio. My family say, "Why him? Uma miss it on that or soon, Papa de. What's was Yame? What's was Yamaja? And you know, Yarisun. Oh, Brabio Marty. Messi, oh, Brabio Marty. Yarisun. Yeah, I could tell Mr. Minobako. Mr. I could tell Mr. Minobacata. Mr. I could tell you Nobako. Mr. Minobacata. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell Mr. Minobacata. Yeah, I could tell. Mr. Famcoata. Mr. Famcoata. Yeah, I could tell. Mr. Famco. Mr. Famcoata. Yeah. In the burden of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know the story of Theophilus Tego, aka Castro the Destroyer, what would you do? Bianani ole mini oba fe yenzunda kagane mezaka yine ya papango bokaya nfifi ya nyanu kaina woba na enwe be den lele anjima singa be konne lele anjima singa beri
Gwavi
oh aketio mese menabako mese famako yeah aketio yeah aketio bye bye yo aketio bye bye yo aketio mese bye bye ata
the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.
This is 3FM.